I would like to express my appreciation to the UNODC for inviting me to be part of this panel. My name is Yotsawadi Tipayak Mongkondudom, Project Manager of the Office for the Bangkok Rules and Treatment of Offenders at Thailand Institute of Justice, or TIJ. We are one of the UN Program Network Institute on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice based in Bangkok, Thailand. One of our mandates is to support the implementation and international standards and norms related to the treatment of offenders in both prison and non-custodial setting. We also work to promote social collaboration to ensure successful reintegration of offenders. My presentation today will focus on the role of civil society in the successful application of alternative measure and sanction, and share with you all about practices in Thailand. So the issue of alternative to imprisonment is guided by the UN Standard Minimum Rules on the use of non-custodial measure, also known as the Tokyo Rules. Since its adoption in 1990, its rationale still relevant until today. The Tokyo Rules aim at promoting the use of non-custodial measure to emphasize the involvement of the community in the process of the reintegration and rehabilitation. As most of offenders will eventually return to the community, it is important to make sure that the offenders are not only punished, but they also need to be rehabilitated and engaged with the community. Therefore, collaboration among public, private sector, and civil society are crucial for engaging them throughout this transition. So in Thailand, there are numbers of non-custodial measures being implemented at various stages of the criminal justice system. In the pre-trial state, for example, mediation, bail, restorative justice, and in the trial and sentencing stage, non-custodial measures include deferred sentence, fines, community service order. And for the post-sentencing disposition include parole, probation, royal pardon, and electronic monitoring. So I would like to share a few examples of the promising practices of what civil society and relevant sectors are currently working on relating to the application of the non-custodial measures and post-release support in Thailand. Civil society play an important role in the promotion of the non-custodial measure in the Thai justice system. Restorative justice, for example, need impartial collaborative platforms. So I'll just start with the civil society, that the civil society play an important role in the promotion of non-custodial measure in the Thai criminal Thai justice system. Restorative justice, for example, need impartial collaborative platforms opening for victim, offenders, and involving community members to participate in. Such platforms are sometimes provided by the civil society in support of community leaders or local government officials. Many civil society organizations also have a numbers of multidisciplinary staff who can be a restorative justice program facilitator or a mediator. In Chiang Mai, there is in Chiang Mai is a province northern part of Thailand. There's a project called Psycho Social Clinic operated in the Chiang Mai court, providing mediation service for criminal cases to divert the case from a conventional criminal procedure. And many of the volunteers working in and assisting in this clinic are local community members and members of civil society organizations. Another example that I will share some of the slides is the House of Blessing Foundation. The House of Blessing Foundation was founded in 1971 to conduct development training for prisoners. Later in 2003, the foundation opened a halfway house to help former prisoners as well as juvenile offenders to have a dwelling place and job by assisting in seeking employment and preparing them for reintegration back to the community. The foundation also aid with the children of the prisoners by sponsoring them with education, housing, and necessities. And one of the alternative measures that being applied in Thailand is unconditional release or parole. House of Blessing also assists these people, as most of the released prisoners will tend to face difficulties in finding a place to stay, especially those who have been stay inside prison for a long time. So it is crucial to have a place ready to accommodate them once they step out of prison as the first step, as the first stage of the reintegration. The last example that I will show you is the hygiene street food project. Since the street food is one of the well-known industry in Thailand and which attracts both locals and tourists, TIJ saw this opportunity that can be extended to those released prisoners who usually face stigmatization and limited employment opportunity. Especially now with the rise of the COVID-19 pandemic, the labor market becomes more challenging, as well as hygiene practice is very vital for the food business. Therefore, TIJ, in collaboration with several partners in Thailand, with the main objective of enhancing the social reintegration for formerly incarcerated persons, as well as those released on parole. Those partners include the King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang, who offer food safety and hygiene training for street food vendors in Thailand, and launched an innovative eco-friendly food cart, and the Department of Correction, who's work on the recruitment and screening those former who are keen about starting their own small business and have a passion for cooking. Furthermore, the project is made possible by private companies and civil society in providing the training course with fundamental skills such as online marketing, business planning, and food delivery services. Once the training is completed, participants will be provided with a funding and materials to begin their food business, along with a customized food cart that fits with the type of the food that they are selling. The project started in September last year, and until now we have offered opportunity to more than 30 ex-prisoners. With this social partnership model, we believe that it can be scaled up and extend nationwide to support wider group of vulnerable people. Although imprisonment is used as a form of punishment, little evidence shows that it can be reduced the number of people returning to prisons and guarantee public safety. The growing number of prisoners further lead to overcrowding situation and consequently affects living condition. On the other hand, the non-custodial measures are considerable potential value for offenders as well as for the community, and can be appropriate sanctions for those vulnerable population with specific needs, as well as offenders charged with minor crimes, where the imprisonment should be the measure of the last resort. It is important to emphasize that successful application of the non-custodial sanction cannot be done by the criminal justice system alone, but also requires sufficient support, efficient welfare system, and broader community engagement. The collaboration of every sector, especially civil society, is essential in reintegrating the offender into the community and ensuring that the non-custodial measures are developed using a bottom-up inclusive approach where the solutions are driven from the ground. While cooperation between criminal justice agency and civil society can enhance the social reintegration and justice administration, civil society groups such as NGO or university in many countries still have minimal involvement in the criminal justice process, Thailand included. This is why we should further engage and involve them. One of the findings from the toolkit on the gender responsive non-custodial measure, which you can scan from the PowerPoint, developed by UNODC and Thailand, found that in the context where there is a generally limited access to justice, civil society play a crucial role in providing direct legal aid services. In conclusion, open dialogue between government and civil society, inclusion of the civil society in a strategic plan to promote non-custodial alternative would generate greater results and inspire more people to take part in the social reintegration efforts, especially in their local community. Thank you very much.